In this lesson, we will understand what is polymorphism in Python. With that, we will also see the types with examples. Let us start. So polymorphism can be considered as many forms. So the word comes from Greek, that means many forms. It is a fundamental concept in OOPS. It means that objects of different types are allowed to respond to the same method or operation. So we have seen some built-in functions before. Some of them were related to polymorphism only. Okay, polymorphism, since it means many forms, that means same function, operator or method name with different behavior depending on the object it's applied to. So when we will see the types and examples, the things will be more clear. Here are the types. First we will see operator polymorphism, then the function polymorphism, and after that runtime polymorphism. So let us see the operator polymorphism. Okay, in that let's say we have the plus operator. The plus operator works differently depending on the data type. So in integers, a plus operator is something else. In string it is something else. That means the operator is the same but the behavior is different. So let us see these two examples first for operator polymorphism. So here is our PyCharm. We already created a Python polymorphism project and we have some examples here for our polymorphism lesson. First one I told you, operator polymorphism in Python for integers. So look, it's very easy. We have three variables with the value 5, 10 and 20 respectively, and we are just adding it. So plus is used for adding also, right? We all know. So in integers plus is used for adding, in string it is used for some other purpose, but here we are using it for integers. So it will just add and print 5 plus 10 plus 20 is equal to 35. Okay. Now let us see the next example for strings. That means operator polymorphism for strings. So here we have string 1 and string 2. That means string variables. Here we are printing the name, let's say Steve Smith. So the plus operator is used here, can you see, for concatenation. Okay, now while I run it, it will show Steve Smith. Okay, here plus is used for strings, which is allowing us to concatenate both the strings. So the same plus operator is used for different behaviors for different data types. So this was operator polymorphism. So we saw operator polymorphism with two examples. Now let us see what is function polymorphism. The concept is same. Let's say the function name is len, which is for length. It can be used with multiple data types and classes. Like we will see three examples here. Okay, that means the same len function will be used for strings as well as tuple collection and the dictionary collection. So let us see the function polymorphism examples. We will use the len function to work with different data types. So now here is our example of function polymorphism. We are just getting the length of our string. This is a string. We know this is a string variable now. We are printing beautiful day. I'm just right clicking here. Okay, and it is printing 13. That is the string length. Similarly, the second example, the first one was for string. The second is for tuples. So here we have created a tuple. The tuple object is my tuple. We have 4 elements here. When I'll print length, it will print the 4 elements. The len method. We are using the same len method here. Okay. So it printed 4. That means the number of elements. So the same method with different behavior, that is function polymorphism. We now have for tuples. In the next example, we have for dictionary. This is the dictionary object and we have 3 key value pairs. In dictionary, we have key value pairs. This is the key and this is the value. So when I'll print the length, it will print me the length of the dictionary. That means 3 key value pairs. It should be 3 only. Here it is, 3 key value pairs displayed here. Okay. So in this way we saw 3 examples of function polymorphism for dictionary, tuples and strings. We saw the 3 examples of function polymorphism. Now we have the runtime polymorphism concept also, which is called overriding. So you must have heard about runtime and Compiletime polymorphism in Java as well. Runtime polymorphism is like it refers to the ability of methods to behave differently based on the object that is invoking them. Okay, so in runtime polymorphism, which is also called dynamic polymorphism, the same method name is redefined in child class, which is also called method overriding. It is called late binding because it is decided at runtime. Okay, Python supports overriding. it also allows subclass to provide specific implementations of methods defined in their parent class. Okay, so here is the difference between compile time and runtime. Compile time is called static as well as runtime is called dynamic. So in compile time we have the same method name with different parameter list, whereas in runtime we have same method name redefined in a child class. Child class we know now because we already discussed inheritance. It was all about parent and child class. Okay, also remember Python does not support compile time polymorphism, whereas runtime polymorphism is supported by overriding. So here we will also see an overriding example. Remember, overriding includes same method name redefined in child class. We also saw similar examples in the inheritance lesson, but we'll see it again. So here is an example of runtime polymorphism, that is method overriding. So here is an example of method overriding. Here we have our animal class with 4 derived classes. Okay, dog, cat, bear and cow. I hope you remember this syntax. This shows that we are inheriting the features of the animal parent class. Okay. Animal parent class defines a generic method which is called speak, and we are printing only this animal makes a sound. 4 derived classes are here. Each subclass dog, cat, bear and cow inherits from animal. We have seen this here. They override the speak method with their own implementation. So speak is like displaying their own print statement with different text. So this is the essence of runtime polymorphism. The same method name, that is speak, behaves differently depending on the object type. So now we will create a list of objects here like this. This is the class object. So here we are creating a list of objects, okay, like this. We could have also created them like this, like we saw in the previous examples of inheritance as well. So here I am creating dog, cat, bear, cow and animal object like this. Now we need to use animals only to print all of them. Okay, so here we are calling speak. Even though they have the same method speak, but their behavior differs. Here we are creating a list of objects, one of each subclass plus the base class. Okay, that is one of each subclass for dog, cat, bear, cow and the base class, that is animal, that is the parent class. Okay, so here we have the dynamic dispatch concept. The loop iterates over each object. Python decides at runtime which speak method to call based on the actual object type, that is dog, cat, etc. So here we'll print the speak method for all the objects. Okay, so here it is printing dog, cat, bear, cow and animal. So in the same flow it will print dog, cat, bear, cow and animal. So this is the method overriding concept with the same methods like the speak method here. So guys, we saw the polymorphism concept in Python. We understood function polymorphism, operator polymorphism and the overriding concept with these examples. Thank you for watching.